welcome to my channel. My name is Julia Masalska and this is made. You can find me on Instagram at Julia Masalska, and yeah, I'm always happy to support you if you have a portfolio or if you need some feedback on designs. So today we're going to be doing some amazing portfolio reviews. Thanks so much for submitting your portfolios, guys. And today is a special day. I woke up so happy. I was literally just looking at my phone, and suddenly I got so many Behance notifications, and today I got my first graphic design badge, so super excited about that. Thank you again, Behance, and so cool. Alright guys, so let's jump right into it, and we're going to be reviewing 5 portfolios today. So let's jump into my screen and see. Now we are going to start with Vanessa Ordonez, and Vanessa Ordonez has an amazing portfolio. It seems to be an Adobe portfolio. It's vanessaordonez.myportfolio.com. This is already pretty cool. I love the way you kind of have set this background color here, and I love your little logo that appears at the top. And we also have a little link here to your Instagram. Let's take a quick look at that. So it's art.vom. There is not a lot happening yet, but hopefully soon. All right. And maybe it's not even the right link. Hopefully it is the right link. Just make sure to double check it. Okay, now let's take a look at the About Me section, and let's see what Vanessa is up to. Vanessa has a really amazing photo here. Super cool. I love it. It's so happy and so friendly. I'm totally, up to hiring you right now. And you have some more links happening here. We have another Instagram link. Okay, it seems to be your actual Instagram. We have a Behance link. Cool. So the cool thing is about Behance is you have some amazing projects here. The cool thing about Behance is that you can create an Adobe portfolio, and then whenever you post something on Behance, it's getting transferred directly to your myportfolio.com. So it's your Adobe portfolio. And I really love this fact. I think it's cool that you're including email here as well, so I can directly shoot you an email, and it would really easy to get in touch with you right now. Okay, so I can't show you this, guys, but the email pops up right away, so this is really cool. And we have Instagram, we have Facebook, LinkedIn, and Behance. I'm wondering if it's the right way to put it. So do you want people to go onto your Behance first, or onto your LinkedIn, or onto your Facebook? So the order in which you prefer the person to contact you, it's better to put that first in the links. Okay, all right, so homepage. Okay, back to homepage. And I did not read anything about you yet. I think it's a good amount of text. I'm passionate about language. I speak Mandarin, English, and Spanish. I'm majoring in advertising and minor in graphic design. I love painting, photography, and learning new languages and about different cultures. Okay, art is just a way of expressing myself and having fun using my imagination. Awesome. And thanks so much for joining us here. Sophia saying congrats, Julia. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so happy about it. I'm really happy right now. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think it's a good description. I will maybe add a little bit more about your design experience. So what are you passionate about? Are you passionate about branding, packaging? What do you want to do in the future? Maybe that will be some information that I would add to that. Otherwise, it's looking really great. Let's take a look at your work. Okay, we have a bunch of projects here happening. Wow, you have a ton of projects. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 30, 36, 39, 41, 42, sorry, 45, 48. Wow, you have so many projects, over 50 projects in your portfolio. I would recommend you, because if you have a client or somebody looking at your portfolio, they will never have the time to check out all the projects. So give them a good filter, give them a good amount of projects that are relevant for them. So let's say you're applying for a position as a packaging designer, or you have some potential clients in packaging. I would just show the packaging projects and the relevant projects that you want to attract the client with. So make sure to filter out the project that you may be not that proud about, or projects that you can kind of put together. let's see what you have here. It seems to be like every single thing is a project here. D21. Let's take a look at this. Okay, this is cool. It's a very short project though, so I would either make your projects really long, and then it's something that the person can really dive into and go into depth, and you can show your abilities to think for their branding and so on. And I would avoid short, like small projects, because that shows that you didn't really dive into the topic too much in that project. Here again, it is a project, but you only show 3 images, so you don't really tell anything about the company, nothing about their challenges, nothing about who they want to attract, what they want to do, like what is the goal of the branding. So I think this project is really cool. It's just that I would expand it way more. I would go into depth, showing the different colors and why you made these decisions. Why does the logo show this this light, what's it called, light tower or something like that? What's the reason behind those decisions, and why you exactly created this design for this client and not something else, and why you didn't pick other colors. And yeah, so definitely go more into depth in your projects in the future. Let's take a look at Ellison Cosmetics. This looks really good too. It's really short, so it shows that maybe you just created this design and then you just applied it to different types of packaging, or like 2 different mock-ups. So I would definitely go more into depth, start showing details of the logo, why you made this decision of putting this A and the C inside. Just show that A plus C is Ellison Cosmetics or something like that. Then I would also show the use of the logo. How can the logo be used in what context? So can this icon, can this symbol be used by itself, or does it necessarily have to be used in comparison, in combination with this Ellison Cosmetics brand name? So those things I would definitely work on, and I would work on way more, different mock-ups, maybe from different perspectives, and just showing different applications of this branding, and then show the different brand elements, like those blobs that you made. I think those are pretty cool, and the colors that you picked are amazing. It's just that I'm missing the breakdown a little bit. So the breakdown, and then a little bit more into depth, with the mock-ups, and maybe showing close-ups, maybe showing different ways the products are arranged next to each other. So those things I would definitely add to your work, and then it will show the depth of a project. Right now it's a very shallow project with only like 3 images, but if you have around 10, that will look more serious, and your client will see that you're more professional. Okay, let's take a look at In God We Trust. Cool, awesome. In God We Trust. I think this is a really great mock-up. It looks very natural and it looks very realistic. And again, here you only have 2 images. Here I would also go into depth, describe what the business is all about, describe what the brand is all about, who they're targeting, what they're selling. Right now I have no idea about this company at all, so I would definitely add a description at the top, then go into depth in the logo, why you made the decision like that, and why, for example, did you align this text like this, like a smile, that can also have a certain reason, and it can also feel more inviting if something has a smile, like kind of like the Amazon logo. So those things, you can definitely bring way more value to this project, because it's a really cool project. I mean, this logo is super cool, and a pattern that you created for the background is amazing. So why not make it look more valuable, go more into depth, and yeah, just show a little bit more about show more information, and show more about your decision making. All right, how are y'all doing in the chat? I see we have some people joining. Awesome. Hetvi is here from India. Cool. Jan Filippo, good to see you, Jenny. Vakar is here. Hi, ma'am. Hi. Cool. Good to see you guys. Thanks so much for joining, and let's enjoy a couple portfolios today. I might jump into mine real quick later on to show you guys how I actually got this graphic design feature on Behance. And I think there is certain aspects to that that you can definitely apply to your own projects, and that will help them, you know, to get featured or to get recognized in some way. All right, cool, Vanessa. I think your portfolio is amazing. Maybe I would maybe add some of your work in the background, because it's a really big space that is only filled with color. Although it's very minimalistic, I would maybe add some, I don't know, some illustration in the background, something that's not too intense to look at, but something that gives something interesting in the background, kind of like this background that you have in God We Trust. Something similar to that is what I imagine in a very transparent way here in the background. Okay, let's take a look at your artwork. Well, and also one more thing is that I was mentioning earlier is to really sort out the projects that you think you're really proud of, and keep those, and the ones that maybe you did in maybe like a couple years ago, or so like student projects that you kind of grew out of, those maybe keep them by side and maybe deactivate them, just because even if I wanted to, I would never have the chance to look at all your projects. Although those things look really amazing, like this crunch project here looks really amazing. I think you're a really great designer. It's just that you need to dive a little bit deeper into the project and show more about what you did here. Okay, all right, so let's jump into your artwork and let's see what you're doing. It seems like you're doing a lot of illustration and maybe retouching. Here it looks like digital painting actually. I think this is really cool. I think it's awesome. You did a good job here. Let's take a look at skincare. Okay, it looks like a digital painting here. It looks really, really awesome. I think it's a really cool work. I'm wondering if you can combine it with a branding project, and that you can make something relatable for a client with this image. Why not create a brand that's based on this image, or has similar images to use on their, you know, posters, and then create a branding for that, so that a person that's in cosmetics and looks at your portfolio, so that they can see your work and how amazing you are in digital painting, and maybe they want to include digital painting into their branding. So that would be really, really cool. I think that would help you a lot to kind of sell your work better, because right now who you can attract with this, maybe someone who wants like a digital portrait of themselves, and that's usually not something, you know, that gives you a lot of money, or that you can make money with, or that you can attract your regular work client with. So usually I would just, you know, try to combine this type of artwork with a branding that you know, you can use it in. So I think that would be really cool. And let's take a look at what else is here. Natalia, it looks like you did this artwork for someone, which I think is really, really cool. Again, I think your skill of illustration, it seems like you're really good at it. So why not include it into your branding work or your packaging work? Why not make some really cool illustrations and then put them, you know, like on a wine bottle or something like that? Or maybe, I don't know, make a cosmetics brand based on illustrations like that, just to show off your skill in a different way, in connecting it with with your branding work, because I think you have some really great branding work. Friendship, it looks like this was like a photo retouch, or like you were painting on top of a photo, seemed like that. And I think it's really cool work. And again, it's cool that you're showing it off, but depending on the client you want to attract, I would put those in context with branding projects. Cool, awesome. I think you have some amazing work, and you have these two sides of yourself, this more, you know, branding, graphic design side, and then you have this other side that's more artsy and has to do with digital painting. But why not combine those two things and make something cool out of it? So that's something I would love to see. And also I would love to see your projects go more into depth, have a little intro, break down the logo, break down the design decisions you made. Why did you pick certain colors? Why did you make the logo like that? Why did you select certain graphic design elements and pattern, and so on? And just make sure to stick to those projects that you're really proud of, and put those by side that you think are maybe a little too shallow or you didn't go into depth, and so that the client has really something to concentrate on that is relevant for them, and that will give them a good impression of yourself. I always say quality goes before quantity. So cool, awesome. And we have Patan joining us. Cool. Where are you from? Yeah, let me know where you guys are all from. I'm in Colorado, so I'm in the US. And Harshit is saying, I just started learning Illustrator in your projects. I have just pushed me to learn more of it. Awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I'm doing daily creative challenges on behance.net/live. I'm going to be live in probably like an hour. So make sure to tune in if you guys are interested. All right, Vanessa, great portfolio. Let's jump to the next one. We have Jessie Monsalve. I love this already. I think this looks very professional. Your website, you have your own domain name, which is awesome. You have your minimalistic logo, and we have the repetition of your logo kind of here. So maybe you can avoid that because it says your name and then it says your name again. So video animation. I love this design that you've created here. This a little bit over the top, you know, the text kind of almost reaching out of the box. I think it looks really cool. The arrangement of the videos is very unusual. I really love that. Cool. All right, so let me click into one of those and let's see. I'm wondering what these little spots mean. What exactly does that mean? That would be really interesting to know. Cool. So it seems like it's your graphic element that you're using in your personal branding, which is super cool. I think your site is just amazing. It looks really, really cool. Next projects. What's your passion? Okay. All right. So let's take a look from the beginning. Wild Rose education marketing. A promotional campaign. So it looks like you've created a video here that is being used for educational marketing. I think the whole setup of your site is just super, super interesting to look at, and you're giving a little intro into what exactly is happening. Oh, looks like you're also from Colorado. That's awesome. Super cool. Next project. What's your passion? Okay, let's take a look at that. What's your passion? I love that every project has a different background color, which makes it easy for you to remember, okay, which project was it? Was it the green one? Was it the blue one? I think it's a really cool thing to do. And again, you have those little spots that that appear in your portfolio. So that's really cool. I love the way you kind of have little screenshots from the video that you're showing in the background, which is super, super cool. I would love to see the video, but I don't think we have the time right now. I love that you give an intro to your work. So, but I'm honestly not the person to judge video content because I'm not that much into video. Theater Renaissance Man interview. This is cool. Again, I love the design that you have very cohesively in your brand, in your personal branding. So this is really cool. And all you're doing is video and animation. And I think you're also great in graphic design because if you have created this site for yourself, then I think you're just really, really great at it. Okay, let's take a look at animation. What is happening here? It looks like you've created some graphic designs that you can have animated. It seems like this video is not available here. I'm not sure exactly why not. Make sure that those things work properly when you present your portfolio to someone. So this will be really, really great. Let's take a look at this one, fixing a hole. Again, video is not available. I'm not sure why. Let's take a look at your YouTube. Okay, so it doesn't seem to show on YouTube. So I'm not sure exactly why it doesn't work, but always make sure that the links are correct and that that video still exists on YouTube, because if you link it here, you definitely want to show it off to your client. Okay, let's take a look at Let's take a look at your about info. Hi, I'm Jessie Monsalve. I'm a New York-based filmmaker, video designer, and animator. So you're from New York. That's awesome. My goal is to communicate the human experience from those who are willing to share it towards those in need of understanding it. Although my voice and style is still in development, I'm eager to keep finding more and more people with a story to tell. This website is a documentation of my quest for wisdom. I think this is very philosophical. So you have this very deep thinking, and I think that's really awesome that you kind of showing this off in this very well thought of introduction to yourself. And here you're kind of giving more technical information about yourself, about your experience, which I think is really cool. Here you kind of give this, kind of your purpose in this work, and then you dive deeper and you show really what you're doing and what software you're using. I am an experienced video editor, proficient in Adobe Suite, particularly Premiere and After Effects. Skilled in editing, public speaking, leadership, customer service, and research. Strong operations professional, eager for opportunities to strengthen or develop recognizable branding for new or established companies. I think this is really well formulated. It seems like you're very good at formulating things like that. So I really love the way you kind of go from general information and your purpose in this work, and then go dive deeper into your technical experience. I think this works really, really great. Your picture looks super professional and you look very friendly, so it's really inviting. I'm about to hire you right now. So here on the bottom, I see little things, which are probably your links. I see the N from LinkedIn kind of going into the second row. I would avoid that. I would keep it simple. Follow Jesse on. Okay. I'm not sure exactly because these doesn't seem, oh yeah, those are actually links. Okay, cool. Yeah, awesome. And I'm wondering, like, why don't you show your videos that you have created on your Instagram? That would be so cool because you can have different sources of people kind of trying to find you, and give them more possibilities to find you. It can be YouTube, it can be your Instagram, it can be your Behance, it can be different social media where people can find your projects and find you and get in touch with you for future work. So I always say to people, it's good to have multiple sources where you kind of distribute your portfolio or your information to. Awesome. How are you all doing in the chat? Cool. We have Samuel here saying, awesome, Julia. Thank you so much. And Jessica is here as well. Hello, Julia. Question. If I'm just starting, what would be the best tool to get clients? Yeah, that's a good question. I did make a separate video on that. If you check out my channel, there is 5 tips for freelance designers, and there I'm also talking about how to attract new clients and how to get new clients. If you want to hear my short story real quick, so in my experience, when you're just starting off, when you kind of not very experienced as a designer, and especially like me, if you didn't go to design, well, I did go to design school, but I went to study industrial design. So graphic design software was something that I completely taught myself, and so starting working in graphic design software and doing designs for somebody is a process. So what I have started to do is I started working for family, for friends, for very little money, and then kind of word of mouth spread when I started becoming better. And so my mom's friends will call me, and my friends' friends will call me. And then I started building my portfolio online based on those projects and based on passion projects. And so online presence is very important. So start off with your closest circles of friends and family. Tell everyone you're a graphic designer. Whenever you go to events that have to do with graphic design, tell everyone you're a graphic designer. Meet people, talk to people, tell them that you're a designer. So this is the way they can find you, because you tell everybody that you're a designer. If nobody knows that you're a designer, they won't be reaching out to you. So that makes sense, right? And then, starting off with the closest circles, talking about yourself as a designer, building an online presence on social media, like Instagram, Behance, for sure. Create yourself a more professional design portfolio with Adobe Portfolio, which is taking the project from your Behance. So that will be the next step. And then go out there, present your portfolio. So go out there to, you can even go to trade shows. Let's say it's a trade show that has to do with wine or something like that. You can go to every single company, give them your business card, give them a little flyer, show them your portfolio, and tell them that you're a designer and that you are willing to work for them as a freelancer if they need a label, if they need a packaging, if they need a branding. So you can do those things. Then you can reach out to clients online. There's different platforms like AngelList, different platforms. I'm going to have to write a list of those and make a separate video on that. But there is several platforms, but please do not use Fiverr. Do not use those platforms where people come with $5 and they're expecting you to do a whole branding design for $5, and then they will even reject you and even poop on you on your face, that saying that they don't like your design because for no reason, because they don't even know what they want. So please do not do that. Do not work for $5. Go on more professional sites. In the US, we have Creative Circle, which is really amazing. They kind of connect you for freelance work with different companies, and you can work with really nice companies. My friend used to work through Creative Circle. She used to work for Dropbox. So really amazing, source of freelance work. But there is also a bunch of other platforms that I'm going to mention to you guys in a separate video, because here we want to review the portfolios a little bit. But hopefully this was helpful so far. Cool, awesome. Let's jump into the next one. Jesse, I think your portfolio is really great. Your videos are amazing. Make sure that your links to the videos work, and otherwise I think it looks really great. I think this is a very presentable portfolio. Just this one thing that I already told you 5 times, just make sure that the links work and that the person can actually see something. Okay, this is really cool as well here. Awesome. Cool, Jesse, thank you so much for submitting. Hopefully this was helpful. And next up we have Wakar, and Wakar is a logo designer, as it seems. Let's take a look at your portfolio. Okay, so you have 2 projects up here, and you have a little banner going on. I think your banner is really cool. It's just that I would probably make those things a little smaller and leave more space in the background, because right now I'm not seeing all of it, and your name is cut off, your head is a little cut off. So make sure to fit those so that whenever somebody has a wider window, they can still see all the objects in the background. And maybe even having a pattern will be enough, but it's up to you. The most important part is that whenever people have a wider window, that they can still see all of the information that's inside your title image. Let's jump into this project here, Minimalist Logo Designs. I have used this mockup before. I think it's a really cool mockup. What I would do if I was you, I would create a project for each of these logos. So I would not present the logos on one and the same mockup. I would either present them in black and white, kind of like a logo folio. That's what people do usually. Let's take a look at some of those. Maybe I can find one real quick on Behance. Let's take a look at a logo folio. I always love to look at Anagramma. I think they have some amazing work. And let's take a look at their portfolio, and I can show you what I mean by a logo folio. Here, there we go. 50 logos, volume 8. So look how they are doing it. They're putting the logos very minimalistic on a white background, and I think it's a very good way to be able to judge a logo, because if it's on the mock-up, it's always kind of distorted and you don't really see exactly what's happening, if there's asymmetry, and all of these things. So if you want to create a logo folio, create something similar to this. I think this works really well. And note one thing, that there is enough space between the logos that whenever I'm jumping to the next logo, it's the only one that appears on my screen. So if I scroll down, that's the only one that appears on my screen. And it's very well thought of. It's not, they did not put the logos too close together, because every single logo has its own feel and look. And like, look at this logo, it looks very elegant. And if you look at this one, it looks very playful. So you give the viewer enough space to see just one logo at a time. So that's really cool what they did here. And I would definitely recommend you, if you want to do a logo folio, do it similar to this, or you can even do it black on white. I think they did that too. Or actually, I think that's their way to kind of present logos. But guys, if you are looking for inspiration on projects, make sure to check out Anagram Studio on Behance. They have some amazing projects, and the way they are doing it is just perfect. They're showing the problem statement, so the client, the objective, the solution. I think those three things are really cool. And then they're starting with a logo, and then they're showing the product, how it really actually, you know, the look and feel and so on. And they're also speaking into different languages. They are always writing a description in English and in Spanish, because their clients are English speaking and Spanish speaking. Just make sure to always include that into your project, depending on the clients that you're talking to. Include their languages, so it's easier for them to understand what it's all about. And look how much into depth this project goes. It shows close-ups, it shows different arrangements of the product. And this is honestly the way to go. I always look at the projects, and this is the way you can really get inspiration, you know, to present something. And look, they're going into close-ups like this, so they're showing details of this packaging design. So make sure to check that out. And here I would do the same thing. I would definitely not tilt the logo. I would just show it straight right away what it is. And maybe if you have projects where you did not only do the logo, but also maybe, I don't know, found the colors, found the typefaces for the client, it would be great to see what the brand is all about. It would be great to know what's the Beat Lab, what do they do, why exactly did you make those design decisions, why did you make those lines in the background, and why did you make this experimental glass in the front. So yeah, make sure to show those logos in a very clean format, and do not reuse the same mock-up over and over. It does not look professional. Yeah, that's my tip for you. And if you have projects that dive deeper into the brand, make sure to show that as well. Cool, hopefully that was helpful. Wakar. Let's jump into our next project, let's jump into our next portfolio, and the next one will be by, let's take a look. Let's take a look at contact. I'm trying to get your name. Papuga. Okay, maybe it's the name of your of the company. Let's take a look. Logo pack, plakat. It seems to be in Polish. I would like to know if there is a way for you to show the information in English, since I'm looking at it and I'm not. Well, let's take a look at one of your projects. Okay, cool. I think those posters are really nice. I would love to know more about what exactly you're doing here and who this is for, right? Because you can show images and you can show as much as you want, but you really need to kind of have a little description, kind of like we just saw in the Anagram Studio portfolio, that they're kind of always mentioning the client, the problem, so the problem statement, and the solution. So what exactly did the company want to reach with this, or who did they want to reach with this campaign, with these posters? Hi Sophia, cool. That was some really great advice. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Samuel is asking, what is the perfect way to become more professional in your work? I know a very good way, and it's work. So you have to do the work every single day, and you have to produce projects that are passion projects. So grow your portfolio based on what you like to do, not what you're maybe currently doing. Because I remember in the beginning, my clients only wanted one little thing. Let's say it's just one little banner, or one little ad, or one little logo, or one little business card, one little flyer, and so on. So that work usually does not bring you the best clients, because is just a part of a whole branding design, right? And what you want to do is you want to be professionally involved into this company branding, and you really want to have this opportunity to make design decisions, and those projects will give you, you know, better work. So what I did in the beginning is I put a lot of effort into creating projects that are passion projects. Let's take a look at my portfolio real quick. I can show you what I mean by that. So let's take a look at my profile. So let's take a look at this project here. This is a packaging project that I have been working on with a friend from India. And here we have created a packaging for something. It's basically like an ink that is being put into liquid. And so basically this ink can be used to paint, to print, and even to dye fabric. So I have helped her create this packaging for her product that she was working on with the company. And this was totally a passion project. I just, you know, got in touch with her and I was like, hey Neha, how about we collaborate on a packaging design? I'll do it for free, but it will be a resource for my portfolio. So I did this for free. I have created some sketches, some designs, and you know, those don't have to be perfect sketches, but those are the type of projects where you can show, okay, I'm really thinking about what you need and what what will work for this product. And then I'm showing a mock-up. So basically this project is not even, I would not even consider it perfect or anything like that, but it shows a process. And that's what I would recommend for you guys as well. And here as well, it's just a passion project that I have been working on. I found this huge mock-up. This was the mock-up, and then I just showed like some details of this mock-up. So I just took little snippets out of this and zoomed in and showed the parts of the branding that I have created. And so this also shows kind of that I have really been thinking about, you know, how to make a reward card or how to make the business card and how to make a little letter to a potential client or client. And here I did not just put a lorem ipsum. I really formulated a text. Thank you for watching and eating with us. We're honored to welcome you to Eat and Clean Club, and we're happy to deliver your reward card. So I really went to depth and made it look as realistic as possible in this passion project. This company does not really exist, but I made it kind of exist in my portfolio, right? So the more realistic things like that are, the more realistic it is for a potential client to imagine you doing something similar for them. So this is the ultimate goal, to kind of have the client see what you can do. And this is a project I have been working on Adobe Live, I think about a year ago. And here I'm working out a logo and a whole branding design for a wine brand, which is called Winology. And here I went, as you can see, this is actually a good way to kind of present a branding project. You start with a logo, you start with some kind of to give an understanding what this is all about, and it's grapes, right? So grapes and wine, you kind of get what it's all about. And here I'm also saying wine is sunlight held together by water. And here I'm showing the logo on black on white, and here I'm showing it white on black, and that's a professional way to show a logo, because you want to be able to see, you know, the distance between the letters. You want to see how it works, black on white and white on black. And then I went into the logo mark that can be used separately. And then I went into how the logo can be used with a pattern that I've created out of these different shapes. And then I have created pattern combinations or pattern modules out of these shapes. And then I was showing the colors for the different wines and the typefaces that I have used, and then the icons that I have created for the different wines. And then I was showing the logo combined with, with a pattern. And then in the end, I kind of was showing mock-ups of how this branding is applied to the actual bottle and the actual design looks like. So here is a little like flat version so you can really see the design, and here it's applied to a mock-up. So those things, it's really important to kind of showcase these details and these things that are part of the branding. And now I'm showing the rosé wine and how that looks on the bottle, and now I'm showing the Chardonnay and how that looks on the bottle. And later on I'm even jumping into like brand patterns. How can their paper look like? How can their packaging for the bottle look like? How can their stamp look like? So those things are really what define a brand, and what it kind of create the whole brand experience, right? So cool. Hi Felipe, good to see you. And Jessica is also saying, thank you so much. I also studied industrial design, but I got very involved in graphic design. That's why I want to learn to look for clients. Thanks for the advice. Yeah, exactly. And it's very honestly, I had a really good connection to packaging design right away because of my industrial design background, and I can I can work in 3D software. That's something that I have learned during my studies. So always use whatever you're really good at and include it into your branding work, or something that you are passionate about as well. So what we saw earlier, illustration is a really good add-on to graphic design work, and you can really make a brand look really, really amazing with creating some custom illustrations for them. So that can also be very helpful. Wakar is asking a question: if we don't have complete information about the company or logo, and then how can we make a complete branding for that for our portfolio? Well, first of all, if you're working on the project with a company, that's what you ask. You ask for the information about the branding. That's the first thing that you do. There is a brand questionnaire that you go through with a client. I can show you guys a brand questionnaire. I think Lena Cordero was publishing it. Let me see, onlychilddesign.com/Adobe Live. And I think here she's publishing here brand kickoff questionnaire. So the site is onlychilddesign.com/Adobe Live. I can put it into the comments. onlychilddesign.com/Adobe Live. And this is the link you guys can check out. I just posted it into the chat box, or I can also just copy this, Command C, maybe that will work better. Okay, hopefully this will work. Yeah, I think that one will work now. So here you click on branding questionnaire, and you get this super amazing questionnaire that you can ask your clients. So creative brief: what is the name of your brand? What products and services do you offer? So basically all this information. What's the audience? Who are you interacting with? How are you interacting with your audience? What's your design objective? What's your brand positioning? Who are your main competitors? All of these things are something you can definitely use for your design portfolio, and put them in the beginning. Put all the information that you got to as a free search. Who does the brand want to reach out to? What's the challenge? And so on. Cool. Yeah, someone is saying thanks for the link. Feel free to use this. Lena Cordero is my very dear friend, and she is really amazing, and she's a very professional graphic designer. So make sure to check out her Instagram as well and follow her. She's really, really cool. All right, let's get back to and so what I wanted to say is that that information is very necessary for you to have a good design process. So without information, I would not even start designing, because I don't even know what I'm designing for, right? And you want to create great design, and great design is only great if it works for the brand. Okay. All right, back to the I would love to know what your name is, by the way. Anna Zimolak. Okay, now I got it. Anna, okay, I got your name now. It would be great to have your name right in the beginning, where you kind of, at this landing page of your portfolio. It would be great to kind of get this connection right away and to know where you're from. It seems like you're from Poland, but I'm not sure. Okay. All right, let's jump into a couple more projects. Here, I see that you created this hover effect, which I think is amazing. I would just do it the other way. I would keep the project colorful, so I would keep this page colorful, And whenever you hover over it, I would make it go black and white and show the information like 2020 Placate Eco. So I would do it the other way, so it looks a little bit more colorful, more interesting to look at. All right, tribute to Literats. I really love this animation that you're doing here. I think it looks really, really great. I think you did a great job here. This looks really cool. This looks really, really amazing. This pattern is very unique to me. I have not seen anything like that before. So it seems like you are very good at what you're doing. Maslovska. I would love to know more about this project because it looks very interesting to me, and I would love to know the reason for these posters. Herbert. The good thing here is it's very easy to read because you give the person who is looking at this poster a flow, right? And guys, this is very important when you're creating a poster. There needs to be some certain flow of information. So here we have Herbert. So we have this like a snake that we follow with our eye. So our eye automatically creates some kind of connection between the information. But as a graphic designer, it's our job to guide this person where to read next. So that's why information hierarchy is very, very important. Things that are more important need to be better legible, so they need to be in a larger typeface, in a brighter color, and things that are secondary information need to be a little bit smaller, not a little bit, but they need to be way smaller and way, it's secondary information, so it's something you read at the second site, not at the first site. Okay, hopefully this is easy to understand for you guys. All right, Elaine Solaris. I would like to know more about this project. And again, you have written something in Polish. I would love to know. Please add an English description here. That would be so cool and would be so friendly if I would be able to read this. Let's jump into the next project. Hasla Perlu slogans of PRL. Okay, this is cool. Look, here you are adding an English description. The series was inspired by the the warning signs and slogans that was promoting, for example, political views or personal grooming that were used during the period of Polish People's Republic. Some of them were originally published in form of posters. Cool, I love this. I think that it's cool that you kind of taking the history into creating something new and something amazing. And that could be a great passion project if you have some kind of some history event happening in your country. You can take that and create some amazing posters for that. I think it's a really cool, thoughtful way of creating a passion project that really has a certain a certain purpose. And this is really cool. Creating with purpose is usually the way to go, honestly. If it's Black Lives Matter, if it's any kind of political situation, any kind of feminism or topics like that are really interesting to kind of look at when you're working on a passion project, especially if it has to do with poster series. I think you did a really great job here with the mock-ups as well. You created a lot of mock-ups, a lot of variation, which is really cool. Awesome. I think this is an amazing project here. And again, guys, I would recommend you put all the projects because you can see I'm going from top to bottom, right? Project by project by project. And this is what clients do as well. So you have the influence on what they see first, what they see second, what they see third. And this is something you need to play with, and this is something you really need to watch out for, is what you show them. Because you don't want the client to see some of the project that you've done 5 years ago where you were not even sure if you're going to be a graphic designer or not. So try to avoid showing those projects and instead highlight the projects that are recent, that you're proud of, that are relevant for this client. Okay, Franz Kafka. I love Franz Kafka. Metamorphosis. I see you have a lot of poster series. I really love those. I think this is a really cool way to present work, to present the way you can think in a poster medium. And that can be very beneficial. For example, if you apply for jobs that have to do with advertising or with marketing campaigns, that could be something that really is beneficial for you to show there. And I can see you do a lot of poster work, so I really love this. I think this is really a really cool specialization that you kind of have. So keep it up, and this is really cool. Here maybe I would add some noise because the surfaces are very clean, and so maybe to make it a little bit more interesting to look at, I would add like little grainy texture. Cool. I really love this though. I think those detailed illustrations of things that are broken, or things that, like my coffee spills, you know. For everybody who's followed me on Instagram, they already know I've been spilling coffee for the past couple of days, and I still have coffee spills here on my table. Anyway, so this is super cool. I really love this. I think you're doing a great job, honestly. I love this, the little animations. Those make it so much more interesting to look at your portfolio. So make sure to check that out, how to make those in Photoshop. It's very, very easy. You create different layers with different images, and then you can export that as a GIF. So as a GIF or GIF. Let me know in the comments, is it GIF or GIF? Cool. All right, so let's jump onto the next one. Anna, this is really cool. I think you have some really great work. Let's take a look at this one real quick. Logo milk. Cool. Awesome. This is great. I would just try to avoid mock-ups that everybody's using. So I think the way you started the project here is really good though. It's easy to read. I'm wondering what the elements of the logo mean. So why exactly does this look like a little flower? You know, what are the decisions that you made here? What is the brand that you have worked for? What is the product? Because right now what we have here is a bag, we have a little paper, and I don't really know what the product here is. Okay, it's a milk bar, I guess, but maybe you can show like a bottle of milk that has a label on it. Create some more assets for this brand. Okay, otherwise I think your portfolio is great. Only show the work that you really want to do for clients. So if you want to do poster work, show it off. If you want to do branding work, show more of branding work. Okay, and I would love to have a little intro in your portfolio. I think that will make it so much more personable. All right, cool. Next one up is Sophia Evers. Sophia Evers, thanks so much for submitting your portfolio, Sophia. I really love this intro. It already shows that maybe you have sketched yourself, but the illustration shows that you're kind of into illustration, and also that you're really good at it. So scroll down to view a selection of my work. I love the way you say the selection of my work. It's kind of like as if you go into a restaurant, and they say, well, we have a selection, a chef's selection, so something very specific just for you. It's customized. It's you know, it's not everything that I have, but it's something that I want to show you. So it's very inviting to formulate it like this. And it's really cool that you have your own domain name. It looks very professional. Graphic designer, my works, about me, and you're showing some links. I think this is a really good amount of links. 3 links to social media and 1 link to your email. I think this is a really good amount. About me, let's take a look at your about info. This is a really nice photo. I think you did a really good job here. Nice to meet you. My name is Sophia Evers. I'm a visual content creator based in Helsinki, Finland. Awesome. I'm always thinking about visuals. I love playing with and developing graphic solutions for different purposes. This is a really good description. I enjoy working with various different media, anything from 2D and 3D graphic software to photography, as well as traditional pen and paper. This is really cool to show that you're not only interested in computer software, that you also work offline, and that you really work traditionally as well. I hold a bachelor's degree in fine arts and digital arts from University of Malta, from where I graduated top of the year in 2019. The program was focused around visual communication and animation. Prior to these studies, I obtained a diploma in design studies, also from University of Malta. Awesome. I'm currently working as a graphic designer for Trifecta Retail Ventures in Helsinki. Cool. So my question is, you're currently working as a graphic designer for this company. What is the future. What do you want for the future, right? So do you want to stay working for this company, or that would be something interesting to know for me as well. Sophia is one of the most passionate and inspiring creatives I've ever worked with. She's truly talented and can effortlessly create beautiful designs on every single visual medium out there. Not only is Sophia very hardworking and focused, but she makes project fun. I truly enjoy the times I got to collaborate with her at TRV, and will be happy to recommend her to anyone. I think this is really cool to include a LinkedIn recommendation. By the way, guys, LinkedIn has this feature where you can get recommendations from other people, and you can also get recommendations for the tools that you use. So feel free to, write some recommendations for others, and then people are very likely to return those as well. So your former colleagues, former people that you worked with on projects, it's always very helpful to have some third opinion, not only what you're saying about yourself, but also another person saying and confirming that you're a great designer. So that's really cool. Go back to my works. Interested. I would not put this link right here, because you technically do want for them to get in touch with you, right? So here I'm very likely to click this button, but really you want me to click this button here, right? So I would change the style of these two buttons. I would actually exactly reverse it. I would put a button here in this style, and the send button I would put in this style, so that the send button is the one that's more obvious, because what you want to do with this, right? You want to get in touch with somebody with this page, right? So I would definitely make this button dark and this button more like on a lighter side. Cool. But I am going to go back and I'm going to take a look at some of your projects. We only have a couple minutes left. Be proud of you. Quirky quotes. Okay, I really love this. Let's see. Oh, it looks like you did a 3D animation. It will be really great to know. Oh, okay, I see. Created using Blender 3D and Adobe After Effects. This is really awesome. I think Blender is a really cool free software that you guys can use. There's also Dimension that you can create mockups with, which is also really helpful. Samuel is saying, haha, coffee spill, I still remember. Yes, I know, it has been happening. Pray for me, guys. Okay, let's take a look at the next project. What's here? Look for your eyes. I love those little experiments. It shows that you have the skill set to create things like that, which is really amazing. Okay, bye. It's really cool. It's really cool. I love it. I think it's really experimental, and experimental work is really good to show in a portfolio. Cool. And let's go back to my works, and let's go back here, Tokyo Nights. So this is your most recent project. This should be the project that you're most proud about, right? So the project that's like your most recent creation, and you have applied all the knowledge from all the years to just create this project, okay? This is what it always is. I like that you have a description at the top. It's very, very important. Tokyo Nights is a branding project for a fictional sushi bar. The project is based on my own Tokyo Nights fluorescent typeface design, drawing inspiration from cyberpunk, Japanese minimalism, and lo-fi music. Cool. Yeah, I think that works super well here on the poster. I love the typeface that you picked here. It works super well. And gradients are amazing. They're very, very interesting gradients. Okay, Tokyo Nights. The typeface Tokyo Nights is used for all display text. The carbon font family is used for body text. I think this is really interesting to kind of get those little insights and those details to show off your skill. It seems like you have created this typeface and that you're showing this off in this, context. A really great animation here with a moving gradient in the background and moving logo. Super cool. This O looks like one that's about to go off. You know how when the lamps are broken sometimes. You did a really good job showing this off here. Really cool animation again. I think this is the project that you're probably most proud about recently. So that's the reason you're showing this off as the first project. So I think it's totally legitimate to show this as the first project. Under the Aurora. Under the Aurora is the result of my thesis research from a Bachelor of Fine Arts. That's really cool. Okay, let's take a look at it. This is a very short project, unfortunately. I would love to see more of this, and maybe even a printed version if you have any. Cool. This is really nice. Let's take a look at this. What is this video showing me? Nothing yet. Why is it not loading? That's weird. Let me reload the site, the page real quick. And now it's not even showing up. Why not? I'm wondering if the video is maybe a little too large for my site to load right now. I have excellent connection, by the way, so it should be loadable. Maybe there is a way for you to export the video in a smaller format, or I'm not sure if this is a link, but it's not showing up right now for some reason. I don't know. So hopefully we can fix this for the future, or let's take a look. Okay, now it's showing. All right, cool. This is awesome. I think this is a really great illustration. I would love to see it from the front, to be honest, because right now, okay, so you have different mock-ups that you're kind of showing in motion. I think this is really great. Honestly, I've not seen a magazine or a book animated like this, so it's something very unique. I would love to see more of this project, though. Like, I would love to see you know, details in different pages, because it was your graduation project, right? So research is a result of my thesis research. Okay, cool. I would love to see more. Honestly, I would love to see more detail in it. But otherwise, I think you have a really great portfolio, guys, Sophia. And I think you are doing a great work. I think you just keep on doing. Just make sure that all the projects are recent, and that you remove or get rid of the project that you don't want necessarily to show. But it looks like you're pretty you know, defined here in your projects. By the way, I think this is a great amount. 9 projects I think is a great amount, because I don't want to be spending 2 hours on your portfolio anyway. I think the first impression can already be done in the first 5 minutes. I think the people who hire you, or people who hire you for freelance work, they will never take that much time to review your portfolio. The first 5 minutes is what really matters. If they're convinced by then they're most likely going to hire you and get in touch with you. All right, my friends, and again, I'm here to celebrate my graphic design badge for today in my stash project. So feel free to check it out if you need some inspiration. So I was talking about guidelines on how to make a good project. So I think one of the most important thing is very good visuals, because I have used this mock-up. Honestly, I have not taken those pictures myself, but it's so important to have a good mock-up. So feel free, like, check out Creative Market, spend money on your mock-ups, because mock-ups are important. And here, as you can see in the beginning, I'm kind of showing the whole branding, giving a little introduction into the brand, what it is. Then I'm showing the logo. Then I'm going into the details of the branding. So I'm breaking down my branding. I'm showing the family crest, I'm showing the signature, I'm showing the additional decorational elements extracted from the family crest. So I have used this family crest to create these objects. As you can see, they're part of this design here inside. And I can also even add more elements from here and add them to my design. So those are my design elements that I'm showing here, brand elements, right? Sorry. Then I am showing the different typefaces I have used for this design. Then I am showing this all put together. So as you can see, it's all very broke down to the different elements of the branding, because that's the only way it can make sense. Okay, now I'm showing the different ways to use the elements with the color, and I'm showing the brand colors. And then I'm showing kind of like a look and feel image of the labels that I have created in Illustrator, by the way. So, and then I'm showing detailed work. So I'm showing the close-up to the bottle, and I'm showing how this brand is applied to a mock-up. Here I'm showing the 2 different units that I have the two different kinds of gin, the pink one and the blue one, and the blue one has this label and the pink one has this label, so I'm showing the pink one again. So I'm showing the pink label in look and feel, and then I'm going into detail into the pink label here. Here I want to highlight that I've put little stories on my bottles, so I'm showing even closer close-up. And here I'm doing the same with the other label. So basically the breakdown is that I'm showing the little intro with an intro image, which shows the brand completely. Then I go into detail, logo, brand elements, typefaces, colors, and then I'm showing how the design is applied to the bottle. And I think that is necessary for a person that has not to do with this branding and has not seen anything before in this branding, to understand how this is broke down and what exactly are the elements that I'm using and reusing in here, and so that it makes sense, because branding always has a certain concept, and this is exactly what we want to highlight here. All right, my friends, hopefully this was helpful. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you haven't yet. Instagram.com, and this is me. I am Julia Masalska, and I am usually sharing a lot of stuff about my work, some inspiration. I'm doing IGTVs. Here is my project, here's my dog, so make sure to follow me there if you haven't yet. And it's so cool to have you guys here. Thanks so much everybody who joined today, and Samuel, Felipe, Sofia, Wakar, Vitor. Thanks, Vitor, for joining. I just saw that you joined us. So cool. Vitor is a colleague of mine. We are both working for the Adobe XD team. And cool. So awesome. Thanks so much. Hopefully this was helpful to all of you guys. And I will see you in 20 minutes on the Daily Creative Challenges on behance.net/live. If you want to participate, it's going to be super fun. Bye-bye, guys. And I will see you soon.